I just think the other thing, Mike Brown has prepared them for this moment.
The homework. Yep.
It's the homework, but starting in training camp, when we heard him on the episode of The Run drop the
turn the fucking jet zone, turn the fucking jet zone,
and he was run. That's been their focus. We are going to run and we're going to get into our shit fast. It doesn't mean we're just running fast breaks all the time. It's when we get into our half court stuff, the action's got to keep going. We got to keep going. We have to play with force. We have to be the team that is pushing. And against this team, Mike Brown knows one thing about this Warriors team that's aging before our eyes at this moment. They don't want to run. They don't want to run. And the Kings will keep running. And it's not just the first quarter. Look at what's happened at the end of these games. And Wiggins is trying to get back in basketball shape. He's not in shape at all right now. He's been out for so long. Like it's taking, and maybe by Thursday he's in better condition. He ends up playing 40 minutes. But Morgan, his stuff was short late. He was having trouble running down the floor in a jog.
And that was late. Like, you think about what he was adding right away, his defense on De'Aaron Fox, slowing him down in the beginning of that game, but it just wasn't sustainable. He could not keep up. And that is exactly what so many people say about De'Aaron Fox on the floor. He is the fastest freaking player out there, and his ability not only to stay that fast throughout an entire game, but to stop pop anywhere on the floor. I mean, to be able to have that body control when you are that fast, it becomes unstoppable. And especially when it's wearing down and tiring out other people, it truly becomes unstoppable. And that's what we're seeing. So now my question is to you too, because that's where I was going with this, the pace and how Mike Brown is push, go, go, go. This team, the Sacramento Kings, they really are prepared for this pace and this speed all the way through, right?
Yes.
You don't see it like going, oh man, there it is.
Well, look, I can't predict. Like, obviously, if the Kings are able to take care of business and win this series, which is not, again, I'm not over here throwing a parade yet.
Yeah.
All right, we could be talking about Game 5 being tied at 2-2. I'm just being honest with it, okay?
For sure.
But they've done this all year. In a double overtime game against the Clippers where they scored 176 points, they kept it moving. They kept it going. All their guys are in great condition. And that's where it goes, like, it's not just the coaching staff and the players. It's like the training staff. They kept these guys healthy, right? They kept them in shape, and they didn't have to load manage. And I don't know how the Kings compare to other teams in the league. Statistically, I don't have like a real measurement here for you, but I can tell you, I think the Kings they've got to be one of very few teams in the league that did not load manage at all this year. Yeah. They played their guys. Yeah. And you know what else they did? They practiced hard. They practiced hard all the time. Some people are like, well, is that going to wear you down? I mean, in some regard, maybe it just has them more prepared and in better shape. It doesn't mean you go, hey, we're going to practice hard, even if you're hurt today. No, they're going to give their guys treatment, keep them going. But this team hasn't had an issue with that.
And who did Mike Brown learn from? I mean, yeah, we can look at his whole journey, but who did he learn from as of late that was winning championship after championship? Steve Kerr in that organization. And look how he brought what he saw was a winning recipe to the Sacramento Kings. And that winning recipe was to truly be the conditioned team. I talk about this every single time I talk about that final series last year with the Boston Celtics and the Warriors. I said, Jason Tatum's going to look at this one and go, all right, what do I need to do in this offseason to become more conditioned?
And people on their coaching staff were talking about with Boston, they wish they would have played them more minutes throughout the season to get them ready. Because if you're going to manage guys' minutes, unless we're talking, like Giannis is different. Giannis plays like 29 minutes a game, and he's just, look at the guy.
Yeah.
And he's a physical specimen. But if you're conditioning yourself that all you do is play like 30, 32 minutes, well, come playoff time, when it becomes more physical, when it becomes more grueling, and you need to play 40 minutes, what's that going to look like when you're getting bumped around, knocked around? It's early in the series. It hasn't been an issue for Sacramento. And I felt like late in the game last night, you saw tired Andrew Wiggins. Looney in both games, he can't keep up. Looney can't keep up, dude. He's just not.
He has so much, though, on his shoulders.
I agree. And it's not me taking shots at the
No.
guy. He's trying to battle Sabonis. He's going to have a hell of a job.
Yeah.
But when it comes to late in the game and they need him out there, he can't keep up going up and down the floor.
Agreed. And think about it. Like, he's not only trying to keep up going up and down the floor at that pace, he's, like you said, battling against just a tough-ass big in this league. But on top of that, got into foul trouble, so then had to take a step back from whatever he was doing physically.
Dude, I've just been so impressed with that. The other guy that looked tired last night, to be honest, was Steph.